Hi folks, I'm Dan Schutte and I'm connected to the hands you see on the table in front of you. Checking in from Shoreview Natives Germination Shop here in Two Harbors, Minnesota, and I wanted to take a moment to just chat through the different types of transplanting tools that we use when we're moving our seedlings from a mother tray where we put all of our initially sown seeds into individual cells in a 6-pack. So you can see on the table in front of me we've got a few different types of tools. Some are pretty similar. Guess I'll start with these two are kind of the set that you can get billed as transplanting tools normally. And they're nice. They're stainless steel and they work great. I'm going to grab one of these little packs here. This is a lance leaf coreopsis. When we transplant, we try to get one individual seedling out of this so the root's suspended in the air, and then we put that into the next 6-pack. So when we're doing that, what we've found, this is very much like a tablespoon from your kitchen. So those things work okay. Depending on the root of these different plants, like this one has a pretty small root right now, you're not going to want to damage that. So as opposed to using that wider end, sometimes we flip it around and use that skinnier end to kind of get down in underneath on an edge, and then we basically just loosen up that group of plants. That is a good tool for a robust root on a plant, but if you've got a more delicate root, sometimes it's nice to have that more fork style on the front end so it doesn't compress the roots and cause quite so much damage potentially. So we just get that again down on the side, and we'll just kind of fluff or fuss up that soil. And you can see once those are loose, you can pull these individual plants out pretty easily. And there's, one in my hand there with the root. Looks like about a 3-inch root off of that little seedling already. So in general, I do like these forked ones. If you're on a budget, which I usually am, we have had a lot of success actually using just simple copper wire. So you can get copper wire just from any electrical supply or leftover project. If it's got that plastic stuff, you can strip that off of there. And then you're just left with, obviously, that piece of wire that you can double over and make yourself that little fork. It's kind of nice. It's flexible. You can use it like chopsticks and open it wider, narrower, depending on the plant. And it works just as well from what we've experienced here transplanting. You just get that on the edge of a cell again, and if you kind of fuss up with the tool, then you can loosen up all that and you can pull out a nice clump of plants that you're going to be transplanting. So this can obviously be made out of a variety of tools. Some people have told me that copper is good to have around your skin, so I guess I keep that in my mind when I use these copper things, but realistically any heavy gauge wire, folks in our shop have just fabricated these over the last couple years, and that's what they primarily seem to prefer when they're transplanting. So nothing really definitive about this except for I guess I would recommend something with the fork tip on them, at least 2 tips on them, to kind of loosen up the soil with as minimal amount of root damage as possible. So try a few different things out, see what you like more. Whatever's comfortable and that you enjoy working with, I think is probably your best option.